Happy Halloween.
Hello, it is spooky season here at the Magic Kingdom.
We are at the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party of the season. It is August 9th.
And it's hot.
Well, it's rained a little bit, so it's not as bad as it could be,
Yeah.
though I have a feeling tonight will still be very humid. Thank you so much to Disney for inviting us out to cover this event. So we've made it through. So the first tip for you is if you have party tickets, which if you're watching this, either you have party tickets or you want to get party tickets after you see this video, hopefully. You can get into the party as early as 4 p.m. with your party ticket. So that's something to note. I highly recommend doing that just so you can take full advantage of that ticket. You could ride a few attractions to get your night started. When you come in, closer probably to like 5 o'clock, maybe even they started at 4 o'clock, they have you go down a kind of a side street of Main Street USA. And we just did that, and you know what it gave me? It gave me Oogie Boogie Bash. Which is a compliment to Mickey's Not So Scary, because they have villains supposedly out a lot more in this party, and Oogie Boogie Bash is all about the villains. So I think they've taken notes from the West Coast over at Disneyland, because as we came through, Cruella de Vil was perched up. And she was interacting with the crowd, and she was, you know, jaunting the crowd.
Living her best life.
Living her best life, yes. I didn't see, was there candy? Last year there was candy.
No, so last year when we came to this event, when you came through that alleyway, they were handing out bags as well as initially starting off with candy. But this time I feel like they're just trying to get people in so to get the party started.
I guess some people I see, I'm looking over another party guest has their bags.
I'm sure there's a check-in area somewhere.
Well,
I feel like it might actually be when you go to one of the first candy stops. When you go in. So for example, last year.
But the first candy stop last year was in that spot where Cruella was.
True. But the initial first candy stop we went to was over in Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. So maybe it's there.
Yeah, we'll find it. We'll find it eventually, and we'll let you know at what point we got our bag for candy. But yes, come in early. And if you come in too early and they don't have those the villains out yet, come back over to the front of the park and come see. I guess it'll be Cruella the whole time. I don't know if they'll switch out characters.
I'm sure they will,
But I know that we're going to see more villains supposedly, and that's our first sign. So let's keep exploring. We're going to focus on food here.
Yeah, we're going to showcase all of the new food, and then some of the food that we show will be available in the park throughout the day. So
yes, we'll let you know if it's park exclusive or party exclusive, or if you can get it throughout the holiday season, even if you're here on a non-party day. All right, let's go.
Yeah. So we found our candy bags, and I swear each year they're getting smaller and smaller. So this is going to fill up really quickly. But since we're in front of Tron, let's talk about some of the attractions. So for both Tron and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, last year Tron had a virtual queue at a specific time that you had to go get. And so now this year, instead of that, they are just doing standby for both Tron and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And one of the unique things about the party is that some of the attractions have an overlay. So for example, Space Mountain is pitch black and there's spooky music inside. For the spinning teacups, there's special lighting and sound effects. And then over at Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, they throw some Halloween jokes in there that are really funny.
We are at Cosmic Rays, and last year Cosmic Rays was the winner for best food items, in our opinion. They had the twice spiced chicken sandwich that has jalapeno poppers on it. I shouldn't speak in past tense because they brought it back this year. We are trying new things now. So we have the Halloween pot roast sandwich. I just took a bite of it. The flavor is really good. However, it is kind of small. It's a small sandwich. It's not the chicken sandwich that was introduced last year that you can still get today. It's a very substantial size sandwich. This Halloween pot roast sandwich is a little bit smaller, but the flavors are good. So it has cheddar and horseradish mayonnaise. Let me restate, it has cheddar, plus it has horseradish mayonnaise. It's served on a black bun. It's available during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party only, so you can't get this during the day. The other thing I tried is the ube green tea slushy. I actually like this. So it has cherry whipped cream and cinnamon candies. The cinnamon candies, I wouldn't say they're very strong because normally I don't like cinnamon candy. It's not that strong of cinnamon, but they are hard, so be careful. I would suck on them. I wouldn't bite down into them. I bit down into my first few and they're kind of hard. So just warning there. Disney mentions this is non-alcoholic. It is available during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party only. So far, Cosmic Rays, the new things we've tried here are winners again this year too. So stop by, get this pot roast sandwich for sure, and try the ube green tea slushy. It is not too hot, but it is very moist. The air is thick after that rain. We are in Fantasyland now, and we just stopped at Friar's Nook, and we got 2 new items. And sorry, we already bit into them before we took the B-roll footage, so you're seeing bit into items. Apologize. So the first one is the spicy pork spring roll. I like this because there's a nice crunch on the outside. I thought the flavor was okay. It wasn't like amazing, but I liked that it wasn't soggy and too greasy. The spring rolls over in Adventureland that people rave about, I've never had a great experience over there with those because they're always soggy. I don't buy into the hype of those at all. And if someone's saying that they love those, I would just second guess trusting them. Anyway, just my hot take on that. Then the other item is we got the s'mores cup, which is a lot of fun because I guess I didn't read all the way through on this. And there is, I'm reading here, yes, it does say that there's popping candy. So if I would have read thoroughly before getting it, I would have known that there's popping candies in there. But I was surprised, which was a nice little surprise. I like the s'mores cup. I think it has a nice flavor. There's multiple layers in there. And then those popping candies, like I said, are a nice surprise. So I think 2 solid items here at Friar's Nook, and they're both new to the party this year.
So we headed over to Casey's Corner to try the new Chipotle barbecue pork and street corn mini corn dogs. So these are mini corn dogs topped with fire roasted corn, queso fresco, and cilantro. And this is available both during normal park hours and during Mickey's Not So Scary. I took a bite already, and the corn dog was a little melted from everything on top of it. It's very filling because of the meat. There's no spice involved with this one. It's okay. I would try it, but it's not like wow. But it is filling again, and yeah, I would try it.
His little jack-o'-lantern belly is so adorable.
Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
We just stopped at the Golden Oak Outpost by Tiana's. Also, Adriana's joining us. She has her whole camera set up there. But we tried 2 things. We tried the sweet and spicy beignets, which this is the first time I've tried the beignets here at Golden Oak Outpost. I didn't really love them. I felt like they were a little dry. Adriana says that they're better than what she had when she came for Tiana preview. The topping on it it's not spicy, and it is tart. It's like almost kind of like a sweet and sour-ish, right? Like it's a sweet and sour-ish. And then there is a chocolate chicory coffee sauce on that you can dip into it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. It's my least favorite sweet treat we've had tonight. But my 10 out of 10 top pick, probably top thing that we've had tonight, is the chocolate caramel tart. It was just so delicious. It actually tastes like there's toffee in it, but there's actually a Twix bar on top. But there's no. Adriana said it.
That's what it was. The Twix bar did. It got it.
But But it does taste like kind of like toffee.
It kind of tastes like a Heath bar.
Yeah, it tasted more like a Heath bar, like that kind of like salty richness of the Heath bar. It's delicious. 10 out of 10. Just come get that. If there's one snack that you get that Tart.
I feel like in previous years they had the sweet potato fries that they covered in
Yeah, we've had that.
The caramel and the toffee bits. That tasted almost identical to that, but without the sweet potato fries underneath. So like whenever Disney does anything toffee, it's good. You know?
It is good. You heard it from her. So good. Come get it. Oh, and these two things, we've been telling people if you can get them outside the party or not.
Yeah.
So both these things are party exclusives. So you can only get them during the party.
Feel the candy! Feel the whole boy! This is gonna be fun! Scary? Well, maybe more not so scary, Donald. Let's go!
Headed out. It's been a great night, but let's talk about a few things. So first of all, the attractions, mainly Tron and Tiana's, which are on standby waits. this year. I think we've already explained that.
Yeah, which is the first.
So Tron last year was on virtual queue. This year, both Fiona and Tron are standby, so you don't have to do anything special before the party or at any point in the evening. You just walk up to the attraction and get in line. The wait times we've looked throughout the evening, they're ranging between like 30 and 50 minutes, just depending on the moment. So not horrible. I noticed Tron right about like 6:30 when we were over there was like a 30-minute wait. 100%, you need to get the biggest bang from your buck. If you are not an annual pass holder and you're buying a ticket to come in here, I would definitely get here right at 4 o'clock. I would make sure that you're at the gates, parked at the gates of Magic Kingdom at 3:45 p.m. ready to enter for the party.
Yeah, make the most out of your time.
Food standout was that chocolate caramel tart. Yeah. That was delicious. I could have had like 2 or 3 more of those. Everything is pretty much similar, like the entertainment pieces are.
To the previous year,
I'm a little bit disappointed with the villains, quote unquote, walking around.
Yeah, that didn't really happen.
We saw Maleficent and the Evil Queen up on the train station. We saw Cruella de Vil was a standout as we came in. That definitely felt like Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah.
They need to do more of that. They need to have more of the candy stations be also villain experiences. That's how they do it at Oogie Boogie. I 100% think they need to lean into that.
And speaking of candy, I noticed that a lot of the lines were a lot longer than previous years, maybe because there were less.
I don't know if there was less. We did not focus on candy this year.
We did not, yeah. Mainly the focus was food.
Yeah.
Which is kind of spread out, so yeah.
We caught the last parade. I will say the first parade was way more crowded, I think, than in previous years because they've moved the parade from being around 9:15 start to an 8:15 start. They're doing that because in the past, families with smaller children who have maybe bedtimes or are losing energy, a lot of times they leave early before the entertainment really gets started.
Right.
So Disney, I'm surprised that this is the first year they're doing that. Even back in the day when I worked the party, I would be surprised, oh wow, these people bought a ticket and they're already leaving? I think that happens a lot. So I think Disney is meeting the needs of those families, which I think is fine, but just be aware, I feel like that first parade was pretty crowded.
So if you can, a pro tip would be wait for one of the later ones. You'll have a little bit more wiggle room to spread out.
The second parade, there's just one second parade.
Yes.
And that's 11:15
Which
p.m.
is late, yeah.
And then you can go up to the castle and see the last performance of the stage show, which is what we did.
Yeah, which I always recommend because that stage show is so good.
And it starts at midnight when the party ends, so there's nothing else happening.
So that's a wrap after you do that.
Yep, and it's a wrap. So you'll see everyone behind us is exiting. I don't think we forgot too much more.
Yeah, we pretty much covered everything.
Well, at least everything that we experienced tonight.
Yes.
We didn't focus a lot on characters.
No, which there are lines for those, so if you want to do that, I would say do that first.
You need to make priorities for what you want to do. I had a note in my phone app of the different things that I wanted to do. I recommend you doing that. I had the show times in that note. It's something that I didn't have to open up the Disney app to look at or a Disney website to look at. I did that all before I got here, so I knew kind of exactly what was happening. It just helps the night go fast because this night will fly by.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So, pro tip, do your research beforehand.
And so, some people will ask, well, is it worth it? Yes, I 100% think the party is worth it. You just got to set your priorities. Maybe you don't do it every year, but maybe it's something that you do every other year.
Yeah.
Because the parties don't really change too much from year to year. There's minor changes here and there. Just like this year, there's been some minor changes. But thank you so much to Disney for having us.
Yes, thank you.
We always enjoy coming out and showing you the newest updates to things and just giving you a pulse on what's happening here in the parks. And so if you have any questions, put them in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe.
And we will see you guys next time.